The biggest challenge that I had to overcome being out at work was the recognition that it's not a one-time event. This is something that we have to do over and over again as we work with new people on different projects, as we travel to field locations.
It's not like people naturally assume that I'm gay all the time. So and then constantly, like, someone will say something about a spouse, and I'll be like, oh, my partner, or something in those lines, right? And it's at the weirdest moments where you're like, oh, this is a time where I have to come out again, right? And so it's a constant thing, and it just hits you at like the weirdest times.
I think the biggest challenge that I had to face in coming out of work was really just overcoming my own fears about how people might react. I was nervous about what they would think of me and how they would react. And as it turned out, none of that actually happened. It was much better than my fears anticipated.
When you come out, you don't know how you're going to be perceived. And I had to, first of all, I had to believe in myself. We are great at what we do, and just because that we are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or an ally, it doesn't make us less than.
When you realize that you are who you are, and being comfortable with who you are and gaining that confidence enables you to present yourself to the person in a non-threatening way, to encourage them, engage them in dialogue that maybe they're afraid to talk about.
You still do see that there is discrimination, and sometimes you really can't do anything about it. And when it's blatant, or when it's part of, you see it coming out in micro inequities, people's body language and different things like that, there's really nothing you can do about it. Only thing that you can continue to do is just be an advocate for change, no matter what.
When I came out, it seemed like I had to be the gay person too, which is fine, but I'm not just gay. I'm black, I'm female, I'm somebody's partner, I'm my auntie, I'm a sister. So I think that's the biggest challenge is all of a sudden I was just gay. That's weird.
With many people, the battle that you fight is as much with yourself as it is with your environment in coming out.
I was really afraid the way people would react and the way people would view me. First with my family, whether they would still love me or not, and of course they were immediately supportive and awesome. And then at work, you talk yourself into things. You say, well, my sexuality has nothing to do with work, so why do I have to bring it up? Which is really a crock, if we really want to be honest about it, because you have to show up as your full self. You have to be authentic, and you have to let people know who you are, and that is part of work, and that is part of being creative and effective at work.
When you can be yourself, you can change the world.